Welcome to our video on the new features of Emotion 2. We're using the professional version here. Let's upload an image and see what's new. Here we have this beautiful picture of a view in the distance. And I'll start with the module itself, which is of course the main focus. First off, we've designed a toolbar for the interface up here where you can configure a custom interface for yourself. Let's turn off all the interface elements, and now, for example, I can choose to only display selective drawing, the LUT module and the artificial intelligence module for the special filters from our AI filter program, or I could choose to display just the emotions module, which is of course the largest one in this program by far. This is also the module with the most new features, improvements and enhancements. We've made a lot of progress here. The most significant change is probably the fact that everything is now calculated using artificial intelligence with the aid of trained neural networks, which we have taught through processing very large amounts of image data, so they know how image moods like the one shown here should look. For example, the mood angry typically has a reddish tone with high contrast. We've taught this to our AI filters, or the dramatic filter. We've used a special technique that lets these emotions be combined with each other. That is, we can combine dramatic and soft, for instance. Then maybe we want a slightly cooler look. This can all be combined, and it's now calculated using neural networks, trained AI. If you want to disable that, you can just turn off the artificial intelligence here, and you'll have access to the same filters that were available in the previous version of Emotion 1. So essentially you can switch between the two programs. Let's turn that back on and create a new image mood, a warm and dreamy look. That's too warm, a bit warmer, and a bit of glamour to emphasize this sunset a bit more. As you can see, it's all very quick. And the second important feature is the motif protection up here. Let's activate it now, or rather let's deactivate it. It's on by default, and as you can see, the image is now very over processed. This motif protection ensures that, let's turn it back on, no matter how many moods I combine, the image is never overrun by the effects. It remains a beautiful, homogeneous and a good image at all times. If I turn it off, it becomes very intense, and in some places it burns out or becomes overexposed. That's exactly what this motif protection is for. It monitors everything we've configured and makes sure that the result remains homogeneous and appealing. If you like, you can also use one of the preset image moods whenever you want. Let's try this one. Dreamy and cool. You can use that as a basis for developing new image moods. The entire random mood area has been completely redesigned. It works in the same way by simply pressing random mood and getting a new one each time. At the bottom here, there's now an image mood index, and you can use this number here to return to this exact image mood whenever you want. You could write it down and then enter it here later, or you can save the mood to a file here and reload it at any time. The basis for this feature is a generic random generator which uses this exact number to set the same settings on the sliders whenever you want. Each new number comes with new slider settings. You can simply press the plus sign to get the next image mood in line. Furthermore, in the random mood module, there are now 3 levels of intensity. So here you can choose to create very intense moods and they'll be much stronger overall. Or you can choose to create more subtle image moods that distort the image less. We can then combine the whole lot with the new multiple image moods that we can create. Second mode, the 6 mood mode, with this second intensity, immediately creates 6 image moods that are then displayed in our browser, our image browser. And then I can select one here if I want by double clicking it, or I can just generate another 6. Let's Close that. Or maybe I want to generate 12 image moods at once. Again, the index numbers are listed here. The value from the random generator, or the seed, for those of you who have done a bit of programming. Here again, I can select another image mood and then refine it. So those are the main changes in the image mood module. There's a lot there. A lot more can be done now, and you can work much faster with the module. I now just want to briefly talk about some other enhancements that have been made, but I'll just mention them quickly. Selective drawing has had loads of new enhancements. For instance, there are now new color filters. There's the window for transfers to composing. In composing, there are 12 layers instead of 8. There are new blending modes and so on and so forth. So a lot of progress has been made there. Here we have the Smart Ambient Light, which you may already know from our HDR program. There's also the LUT module here, where you can, for instance, apply an LUT style to the entire image mood. Let's choose Vintage Old Blue. That gives us a vintage look there. Maybe we can reduce the intensity a bit. And you can either import these LUT styles directly as cube files here, generate them from a photo, or create them with our LUT2 program and add them to this database here. This is a cross-program database, so you'll find your LUT styles in all the programs. The same goes for the artificial intelligence module with specially pre-trained filters or your own custom filters, which you can train with our AI filter program and add to your general database. Let's set a high key here. That's obviously way too much, but we can tone it down a bit. Let's remove the LUT style again. So all these things can be combined with each other and can lead to very flexible image looks very quickly. The RAW module has also seen some enhancements. Let's briefly open that again. There's the new category Artificial Intelligence with filters that have been trained in neural networks as well. Here, for example, RAW development always takes place before image editing. You could add a bit of sunset to the original image if you like, or you could add sunlight from above, or simply enhance the details in the image. So there are loads of new features for you to apply. I hope you get on well with the program. I think we've created a really good program for image moods and looks, and I hope you have a lot of fun experimenting with it.